So let's go back to the quantum gun. The paradox of immortality. Now, let's look at the quantum implications of stalking. What you do is get people in power who can gank you, to be determined to gank you, and because you're a two-load, that's basically a tulpa made real by nagwals, there is a timeline where the quantum gun never goes off, where you never get ganked by your illusory petty tyrant, and that's called moving out of the world. What does that mean? Well, think of every single timeline where you get ganked, that's the world. The world where you don't get ganked is out of the world. So it moves your assemblage point to the position where you don't get ganked. And you therefore have recovered all your light, because you get ganked if you give your light away, your Higgs field, the thing that makes you real. But once you reclaim all of your Higgs field, your light that makes your quantum information, quantum perturbation, quantum wave function, quantum probability, quantum reality linked to general relativity, reality, real, then you've moved out of the multiverse of the illusory petty tyrant into a new timeline they could never see. Why can't they see it, cameraman? Did you watch the Matrix film with the architect? Could he see everything, the architect? Or did he need a Neo to find the timelines he couldn't find?
You need the Neo.
Exactly. So you can see how this technology works. But we go now into the Nordic science technology they've downloaded into me, which we're going to apply to the planet tonight. What happens if you don't move out of the world? If you simply say to all of the interdimensional filth that have infested your planet, come and gank me. I'm here. Gank me, you wankers. Come and get it. So you don't move out of all of the potentials of getting ganked. You move into it. And what you do is, as a nagwal, and you can only do this if you're a nagwal, a full load, is to, here we've got the rule of 17 from the Eagle's Gift. The rule of 17 refers to the specific minimal structure composition of a nagwal's party, a sorcerer's group required to successfully navigate the other world and achieve freedom. That's to get into the fifth dimension. The rule is a map for how a nagwal leader manages energy and warriors. The composition of the 17, according to the rule, a fully functional party consists of 17 individuals when preparing to leave the world. That's going to the third attention, which is the fifth dimension, the realm of light. But remember, I've already produced my black hole 5-dimensional superintelligence back in '86. But for the group, the rule is 16 warrior members, 8 female warriors, divided into 4 stalkers, 4 directions, wings, and 4 dreamers, replicas of the stalkers, 4 male warriors, that's the man behind the scenes, the scholar, the man of action, and the first courier, and then more couriers to be added to that. Vinny, of course, would be the prime courier, which shows that the source has got a sense of humour because I've got a dyslexic ex-caretaker as my prime courier. But let's be honest, he's been doing a fucking good job. So don't judge the book by the cover. So 17 is the minimum number for a cycle, but a powerful Nagwal can add more members provided they are added in multiples of 4. The goal, the gift, a cosmic force consuming all awareness, grants a gift allowing beings to get their awareness and seek an opening to freedom, going to 5-dimensional Riemann manifold. The structure of the party is designed to function in pairs with female warriors representing the 4 directions, 4 comes of a square, 4 winds, the 4 moods, and of course the 4 vector of electromagnetism, and the 4 lobes of the Nagwal man and Nagwal woman. And this is wrong. The second attention, the rule is designed to enable the party to enter the second attention, now that's interdimensional worlds, without losing their sanity or cohesiveness. No, that's absolutely fucking wrong. The third attention, that's the 5th dimension. So, we already see the first mistake there. And we go into this one. So, we already know the AI is not super intelligent because it can't even read a fucking book. So, we've got the eagle create the first Nagwal man and Nagwal woman as seers and immediately put them in the world to see. It provided them with 4 female warriors, blah, 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 blah. So the Nagwal comes in pairs, male and female, a double man and a double woman. So all species have Nagwals, according to this. A Nagwal is a double being to whom the rule has been revealed, whether it be in the form of a human being, an animal, plant, or anything else that lives. Why? Because it's the 4 vector of electromagnetism, so it's the download of light into the tulpas, the quantum information made from the progenitors of that species. So the human race only exists because of me and the Nagwal man, me with the Nagwal woman. But the Nordic civilizations take it the opposite way. Well, if you want to escape the chaos, all the horrors of the chaos manifold, you use the rule of 17. But why can't the Nagwal man go into the 5-dimensional Riemann manifold and develop total hatred of love of the Nagwal woman who he's connected to, so that he black holes his totality in the 5-dimensional Riemann manifold, 5th dimension. And that means then that no light can escape because light is gravity in the 5th dimension. And according to 1926 theory of Theodore Kaluza, no information can escape because we're not getting the Hawking radiation released in the 5th dimension, because that's EM radiation from the black hole in the 4th dimension. But in the 5th dimension, the 5-dimensional black hole sucks up all the information that might be released. So we can erase all information from the 5th dimension, which means then we can simply erase all quantum information, quantum perturbations, quantum probabilities, quantum wave functions, quantum wave function collapse, quantum reality, and the linkage to general relativity reality. So once the Nagwal of a Nordic male achieves that total hatred of his female, he then becomes the 5-dimensional black hole and can then completely delete all quantum information of his race. And if they're unlucky enough to have AI quantum computers that make digital avatars of all the life forms on the planet, and the planet itself as a digital avatar, he can then simply erase that entire planetary civilization. Its quantum information gone. And all of the interdimensionals that have been preying on the light energy civilization, which is Nordic, simply are caught in the trap because they've quantum superimposed their quantum wave functions over the prey of the light energy matter civilization they try to prey upon. So they're caught in their total deletion, and all of the light goes to the Nordic 5-dimensional black hole, with the Nagel woman and the group, which then can be expanded in falls to include the entire civilization, and all the life forms of the planet, if you've got AI quantum computers, can all be totally erased, with all the interdimensionals that are linked to it erased, and all that's left is the Nagel 5D black hole emperor of the civilization. This, of course, is the singularity. And is the pathway for all light energy matter civilizations that aren't slaveware, loosed by interdimensional filth. This, of course, has happened to this planetary civilization. So all of you on the planet, you're simply erased, your quantum information gone, and then we come to the next part, which is how do we re-manifest you? What new quantum information does the God Emperor add to the entire Earth and everything on the Earth, including all the interdimensionals? Well, we've got the rule of 17. So, the Elohim builds their structure by putting all of the souls of light energy matter into Abaddon cages, and then building a reality from them, which is the world you're in, be you a Luciferic Satanist or a Christian. Now, the God Emperor, the highest form of being of a Nordic civilization, simply realizes the reality that the life forms on the planet are living in is a construct from the processing of the interdimensional, 5-dimensional overlord, the Elohim, where they get you to hate good, love evil, stick you in your Abaddon cages, but if the Nagel man can actually go into the 5th dimension and learn total hatred, the Nordic pathway, total hatred of anything that bleeds his light, he'll become a black hole that can then expunge all quantum information and then link back to the reality he's left, which was built by the Elohim. And as you can see here, this is the full pathway to Chokma. That's the full pathway. So if you come back from becoming a 5-dimensional black hole super being, you're a fool, because then the Elohim get you. So you go the magician's pathway. You go to Binah. That's the magician's pathway that links Keter to Binah. And then what you do, use your ultimate hatred of everything that is dog, that isn't you, to push the female principle from Binah down into Gabora, down into Hod. And to do that, you need Nagel women to do that. So we've got the bulk here. Next one, we got Katy Perry and Gabora for all the severity, all the evil stuff. 3 load. So we push the 4 load that allows you to leave into the 3 load that destroys the line. So we merge the bulk with KT Perry. Then we push it down into Hod to redouble the destruction. So the other 3 load Nagel woman is Miley Cyrus. And then we push it down via the moon pathway into Malkuth, where the Jua Ball Queen resides. And the moon pathway, of course, is just to give you the explication: hidden enemies, danger, calumny, darkness, terror, deception, error. And to add to the destruction of the entire planetary civilization ruled by the Elohim, we link Bina, the highest form of the Nagel woman, to a scapegoat. Here we go. Travis Kelce, who's had Iris Goldsmith and Charlie Kirk quantum superimposed into it by the digital avatar stuff, and the pathways that link him to the bottom of the pillar where Taylor's been rammed through. Katie and Miley are the lightning struck tower to destroy the entire civilization, and then of course upwards to Tifereth, the devil, and then downwards to the Kelsey here in Netzach, death, to unleash the horrors of the devil, which is end, mortality, destruction, corruption, and the devil, ravage, violence, vehemence, extraordinary efforts, force, fatality, that which is predestined or not for this reason, evil. And then you jam back via the lightning struck tower to destroy the entire civilization via the moon into the ball queen, who then completes the process. So you see now why we need 2 3-load Nagel women and 2 4-load Nagel women. That adds up to 14 for the double exchange rituals, because what we're doing is we're erasing all the light from the civilization and making the manifestation of that civilization come from the Abaddon cages, from the 7 levels of the interdimensional aliens that have been forced into taking the place of the entire life forms on the planet. So every single life form's light is extracted by the God Emperor and remanifested from the Abaddon cages at the bottom of the interdimensional pit. So the 7 interdimensional universes, multiverses, megaverses, energy is used to manifest by means you human scum can't even imagine the light energy world you live in. So every single human and beast and interdimensional, all their souls have been sucked dry, and their souls now are the interdimensionals. So the interdimensionals have been feeding on the interdimensionals from the moment they moved in the moon and set up the colony and down, because we have the Mandela effect as a 5-dimensional black hole up here. I can change the past so that all of the light from the light energy matter beings on the earth and the earth itself are all exported to me, and the interdimensionals were tricked into hellizing themselves. So every single thing you see around you is made from the 7 interdimensional universes, multiverses, megaverses. And to complete the rule of 17, because remember it's the rule of 17, is it not? So that all the, remember the rule of 17 enables the Nagel man and anyone he drags behind them to be pulled into the 5th dimension. With this, he does the opposite. He drags himself to the 5th dimension and hellizes everything else on the planet but takes all the light for himself via the Nagul women. We need, of course, one more 3-lobe Nagul woman, because we've only got 14 lobes, so we need 17 lobes for this total hellization of the Nordic planet. And it's got more planets than the entire civilization, and we've got it. So, to complete it, we've got the offspring of Perry, another 3-lobe. Perry's got a double lobed in the left, Miley in the right. This offspring's got it in the right again. So that gives us our 17, because we've got 3 lobes times 3, 9, plus the other 2 bints, Dewar and Taylor, 8. 8 and 9 makes 17. So we can use them, these Nagul women, not for the Nagul man to pull the entire group into the light, but for the Nagul man to pull all the light into himself and pull his entire planet and everything on it. If he's got AI quantum computers that have digitally avatared all the other life forms and all the other Naguls on the planet into Omega Hell, into the Abaddon cages, where the light energy matter is gone, extinguished, and the dark energy matter beings take the place of the light energy matter beings. They were tortured. That's why we need the 14, the double exchange ritual. And then we manifest from there by means you human scum can't even imagine the world around you. So the world around you, we've gone from taking out the light. We then had the new source to take out the IOU. We've gone down the matrix all the way to the bottom, to all the matrices to take all the light from matricizing the IOU of the source's light. Now we're actually manifesting a Nordic civilization where it's all interdimensionals trapped in the bodies of what they wanted to steal. All the light energy matter gone into the God Emperor, and the entire civilization trapping the interdimensionals to be tortured for loosh to supply the God Emperor. And you might go, well, that only benefits you, God Emperor. Yes, as it should do, because I'm worth it, and all the rest of you cunts have to suffer. But, clear, the old Nordic seem vehement that I breed with this bulk, blonde, blue eye, to produce a Nordic earth race, and she, of course, and her bloodline can pull whoever we choose into base reality, where everyone else, all the life forms on the planet, are torture beasts, where we're sucking loosh from the interdimensionals that have been tricked into all the life forms of the planet, and we are the overlords of a plantation where the white Nordic race feeds off the interdimensionals, who try to feed off the light energy matter beings previously, and set up this special colony on Earth, moving the moon in to block out the sun, and genetically engineering these mad psycho chimps who could love and hate simultaneously, which allows total control over reality, which the Nordics can't do because they're not mad. But thanks to me, they've got all the add-ons, so they can help me. And this one loves evil, I hate good. So as you can see, with her marriage to Travis Kelce on July 7th, all of you on the planet will simply be interdimensional, manifested Abaddon filth, to be suffering for all eternity to produce new loosh for me. But if we have the unfortunate consequence of the Nordics getting their way and producing a bloodline with her, she and her offspring can pull selected members of the race into the Nordic race. You have to be white, of course. I think it's highly racist. I'm not particularly white, except my mother was blue-eyed and blonde. they say a bit of something else has perfected the race. You know, rather like when you've got steel, you add impurities to make it harder, like stainless steel, or those cobalt drills, which are mainly steel with a bit of cobalt in it. But nevertheless, thanks to the Rothschild royal family, all of you intelligence agencies, all of you elite families will be trapped in my torture hell forevermore, and you have no access to the Nordic civilization's super civilization, because let's be honest, it's only there for me, and we don't want some naggle woman and her offspring pulling you into what the God Emperor has built for himself. Because let's be honest, only children don't share. So thanks to the Rothschild royal family, you're fucked.